Your first news of the night starts right now. This is West Dakota Fox News at 9.
The Dickinson School District has been dealing with overcrowding and outdated systems, and a plan to fix those issues failed last night. 56% of voters said no to the proposed $115 million bond that would have been used to build a new high school and save money for a new elementary school in a couple of years. Now it's time for Plan B.
We're going to have no choice now but to spend millions of dollars on the update of some of the key infrastructure pieces of the existing facility. And that doesn't address any additional capacity concerns.
Principal Kevin Hoer says there was confusion over the tax increase, which he says would have been $19 a month. District leaders can ask voters for the money again in 90 days. Mandan High School also needed some repairs and accepted a $45,000 bid to get the job done. Jordan Verdadero tells us staff and students will be relieved when the project is done.
What started as a faulty drainage pipe led Mandan High to find more problems underground.
Basically, an elbow is what they were going to fix. When they cut it off to put on a new elbow, the whole pipe actually fell out of the existing pipe actually fell through the floor.
PE teacher Gwen Kelly says it's been an inconvenience since at times there's 3 physical education classes going on, events, and traveling sports teams, sometimes leading to women having to use the bathroom on the other side of the school.
At times it is a monitoring issue because you're in class and there's not time at the beginning of class to use the restroom, so we have kids during class using the restroom rather than being in class.
And female students say there's always a line for the bathroom.
You have to walk all the way around and then you'll end up being late to class because there's more people in the bathrooms and you have to wait in line, so you're going to be tardy.
But this bathroom isn't the only issue happening under Mandan High School. Mandan High School staff has told me that this floor behind me has continued to shift over the years.
I've been here 26 years and they've probably, we knew the hallways were adjusting, but really we didn't know it was this extent.
Andreessen told me the board has just approved a facility study of MHS and the Brave Center to help identify short-term and long-term facility needs for the entire MHS campus. In Mandan, I'm Jordan Verdadero reporting for your news leader.
Andreessen says the money will come from the building fund, but says it's unfortunate that it pulls funds from other capital projects within the district. Was there some sunshine to follow today's drizzle, Kevin?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Anna, things are looking really good for tomorrow. We might finally get a sun-filled day, both morning, noon, and evening. That'll be nice. The clouds already beginning to decrease across the north. Still cloudy farther toward the south and a couple of light showers south of Interstate 94, not really amounting to a whole lot, but different story to the east. Look at this for the western Great Lakes. I think Duluth could easily pick up between 6 and 12 inches of snow. Heavy snow here. It's the month of May. Summer begins next month, and we're talking about some heavy snow still across the upper Midwest. How about that? Look at our forecast for tomorrow. No snow. Skies partly to mostly sunny. Temperatures for most will be in the 50s. Wind's not too strong. Still a northerly component around 10 to 15 for most, but 60s in Williston. And I think we'll finally get into the 70s for Friday. And looking pretty good for Mother's Day weekend. Anna, I'm going to cover that coming up more later on.
Sounds good, Kevin. Well, construction season is here, and delays are already stacking up on I-94 between Bismarck and Mandan, and it'll stay that way until November. The Department of Transportation says that about 24,000 people drive through these areas in a day, and traffic mainly backs up between 7:30 and 8 a.m. and 3:30 and 6 p.m. The average delay is about 15 minutes, so the DOT is sharing tips for a quicker commute and encouraging people to use the zipper merge.
Let those guys merge in with you that are coming off the ramps. That would help a lot. Take off earlier if you can, so you still get to where you want to go on time.
You can submit any questions through the I-94 Mandan Bismarck Highway Project on Facebook. And the Williams County Highway Department and the City of Williston are also starting a paving project Monday. It begins on Front Street West, or West Frontage Road, from the 4-mile bar east to 2nd Street West. Flagmen and pilot cars will be present, so drivers should plan accordingly. County officials say it's expected to last about 2 weeks. And it's Economic Development Week, and demand is higher than ever in Williston. Mega Latte owner Meg Wold utilized the interest buyback program the city offers when expanding to the Harvest Hills site and now has 3 locations. She says the Economic Development Office's advice and tools are invaluable to entrepreneurs.
Economic development, I think, is just so helpful for new businesses to really use as their support in helping their business be successful, and the avenues that all involves.
Wold says they'll use the program again to expand one location and turn another into a beer, wine, and espresso lounge. Well, some North Dakota residents may get some property tax relief, even if they rent their home. Tax Commissioner Ryan Rauschenberger says senior citizens and disabled people may qualify for a refund on a portion of their rent from 2018, an amount up to $400. Now, to take advantage, you must be at least 65 or be permanently disabled with an annual income of less than $42,000. Applications are due May 31st. Go to the Tax Department website to find out more. And the census is fast approaching, and the tribes are preparing to get an accurate count, as every person accounted for means more money for the reservations. North Dakota Indian Affairs Commissioner Scott Davis says millions in federal money is at stake over the next decade that could help fix issues like housing. The state is tapping into technology this year, and Davis believes they have all but one resource.
10 years ago, technology is technology, and everybody has some type of keyboard or phone on reservations. I think the only thing is maybe broadband might be a little sketchy here and there.
Chairman Jamie Azure says Turtle Mountain is already educating people and planning public events to spread the word. Yesterday, 18-year-old Devin Erickson and a female accomplice opened fire in their Highlands Ranch, Colorado schoolmates. And 18-year-old Kendrick Castillo died trying to protect them just days before his graduation. Camila Bernal has the story.
And the next thing I know, he's pulling out a gun.
In the midst of unspeakable tragedy, as gunfire shattered the serenity of a Colorado classroom, a moment of heroism.
As soon as he said, "Don't you move," Kendrick lunged, giving all of us enough time to hide under our desks. And the shooter ended up shooting Kendrick.
18-year-old Kendrick Castillo sacrificed his life to save his classmates.
I know that because of what he did, others are alive, and I thank God for that. I love him, and he's a hero. He always will be. But there's another part of you that wishes he would have just turned and ran.
If it had not been for him, I wouldn't have my baby today.
Other students followed Castillo's lead and were able to subdue the shooter.
They risked their own lives so that we could all have our own.
As students held one gunman, investigators say another shooter opened fire on a different classroom. Police say each shooter had a handgun. In total, they shot 9 people.
And if you had suggested to anyone behind me or in this room that within 20 years and 20 miles we would have dealt with Columbine, Aurora Theater, Arapahoe High School, the shooting of Zach Parrish and 4 other deputies, we'd have thought you mad. And yet here we are again.
In Highlands Ranch, Colorado, I'm Camila Bernal.
The investigation into the shooting death of a North Dakota man will go on, despite the death of a person of interest. 34-year-old William Galusha was found dead in his home near Milner in February. The autopsy report classifying it as a homicide. Authorities have been looking for his roommate, 42-year-old Barry Wedge, who they say killed himself on Saturday in Missouri after a chase and shootout with officers. Missouri Highway Patrol interviewed him earlier about the North Dakota case. Bismarck police say they dealt with 3 counterfeit money incidents yesterday. In 2 of the cases, the people using the fake money said they found the bills on the ground outside, and the other was used at an auto parts store. A Moorhead man is charged with sexual assault of a minor in Bismarck. 44-year-old Viet Doan is accused of touching the minor inappropriately and aggressively in November. Moorhead police contacted Burleigh County detectives in December after the victim reported the assault. Doan was charged today. We've been celebrating teachers and nurses this week, but we're also recognizing some unsung heroes. Often described as a thankless job, correctional officers do a lot to ensure our public safety. They say taking care of hundreds of inmates behind closed doors requires dedication and mental strength, but it's also very rewarding.
We wouldn't be doing this job, trust me, if we didn't like it. because it's not something that you can just wake up and go do and then go home and be okay.
Officers also say they wouldn't be able to do their jobs effectively without the agencies outside of their solid walls. And it could be easier for businesses to hire summer employees this year thanks to Operation Intern. The state will help businesses hire up to 5 student interns each by matching $4,000 worth of costs for wages, equipment, tuition reimbursement, and more. The Commerce Department will accept applications through May 17th. Follow the link on yournewsleader.com for more information. Well, a little girl's wish is coming true as a new dreamsicle donut is being added to the menu at Bearscat Bakery. Teachers at Miller Elementary School in Bismarck had their students invent donuts for a creative writing assignment. They sent the results to the Bearscat Bakery, which picked a winning idea to add to their summer menu. The dreamsicle has an orange cream filling and vanilla frosting on top.
We'll put it on the menu, and if it sells, we'll keep selling it. So I don't know, we just kind of rotate through flavors. So it'll be there for a while. It's a nice summer flavor. It sounds very summery.
Kavanaugh says they might even bring it back next summer and make it a regular part of their flavor rotation. The Mueller report is creating tension between several government branches. We'll have details next.
Ooh, look at the sky in Dickinson. Nice indeed, with mostly sunny skies for tomorrow. I'll have your forecast next.
Your latest weather forecast is here on West Dakota Fox News at 9.
New battles are sparked over the Mueller report as a House panel votes to hold Attorney General Bill Barr in contempt. And now President Trump exercising executive privilege over the report and its evidence. Karen Kafa explains.
House Democrats and Republicans in another clash over the Mueller report.
We have a constitutional responsibility to serve as a check and balance on an out-of-control executive branch. The Attorney General is totally out of control.
This subpoena puts the Attorney General in legal catch-22. To comply with the subpoena, he must break the law.
The House Judiciary Committee holding a vote on whether to recommend Attorney General William Barr be held in contempt of Congress for refusal to comply with the panel's subpoena for the unredacted version of the report and underlying evidence.
This is information we are legally entitled to receive, and we are constitutionally obligated to review.
Just before the committee convened, the Justice Department said President Trump had asserted executive privilege over the materials. The White House said the Attorney General has already released everything he could.
The Attorney General is protecting information, grand jury information, confidential information that he cannot release.
The committee vote comes as the Trump administration denies multiple oversight requests by Hill Democrats, ranging from the president's tax returns to witness testimony from former and current White House officials. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
The House Judiciary Committee is working to set a date for Mueller's testimony, on which the president's assertion of executive privilege would have no bearing. But it certainly set the stage for conflict between the executive and legislative branches over presidential power. Dr. Jeanette Larshis, a political scientist at Minot State University, says executive privilege has been used in the past, but not in this broad of a context.
10 presidents have invoked executive privilege to deny Congress getting some materials. The vast majority of those have not been successful.
A letter was released today showing that Attorney General Barr asked President Trump to take the action. The Supreme Court previously ruled Congress has the right to subpoena, but Barr says releasing the unredacted Mueller report is illegal. But some legislators are just ready to move on.
We still have a crisis on our southern border. China is stealing our intellectual property, yet here we are, wasting another valuable week of the legislating calendar against the majority's war against the administration.
Collins is one of several lawmakers who want to see an end to the Mueller drama so that they can tackle what they see as more pressing issues. The China trade negotiation stalemate has been top of mind this week, but Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says China seems ready to continue talks. The Chinese vice premier is traveling to the U.S. to continue negotiations tomorrow and Friday. After the United States imposed sanctions against Iran and deployed a military presence to the area, their leader is threatening action of his own. President Hassan Rouhani announced today that it could abandon parts of the 2015 nuclear deal within 60 days, a treaty the U.S. left exactly 1 year ago. He says he won't allow the U.S. to turn a win-win deal into a win-lose deal, but assured that his actions are not hostile.
Today, the course that we have chosen
is not a path towards war, is a path for diplomacy. We're not announcing a negative engagement with the world.
U.S. officials saying we'll wait to see what they actually do. The UK Foreign Secretary saying there'll be consequences if Iran doesn't comply with the agreement. Well, good thing we don't have to wait and see what the weather will do. Kevin is here to tell us.
Anna, thank you very much. Again, I want to show you our Dickinson Skywatch camera. In fact, Mike, is there any chance you can go full screen with this and we can partake of this sunset just a few minutes ago, officially at 8:10 Mountain Daylight Time? But what a beautiful sight and a sign of the fact that the clouds are decreasing, allowing for a mostly sunny sky for tomorrow. Very nice indeed. All right, here we are with temperatures cooling off. We're at 49 degrees in Minot, Dickinson at 43, 48 in Garrison, and Bismarck at 50. So we are cooling. Yeah, come on back. We are definitely cooling down here for tonight with temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s here. One more time, we might see some more frosty conditions, but overall, it is going to be a cool night considering the fact that we are beginning to clear out. So here we are with our normal temperatures. We should be in the mid to upper 60s for highs. We're getting there. Just got to have a little bit more patience here. But normal lows, how about near 40 degrees? Well, tonight we're definitely going to be below that, but a sign of a definite change on the way. Finally, temperatures are going to be warming up a bit. Tomorrow, Sky Warn meeting coming up at 6 o'clock Central Daylight Time at the Rural Fire Station at 3014 34th Street Northwest in Mandan, brought to you by the National Weather Service. The folks from the Bismarck office will be presenting this meeting. Usually goes about 2 hours or so, and you learn all things about severe weather, what to look out for, what clouds might produce tornadoes, what clouds might not, that sort of thing. Really important to be weather aware. Well, we are aware it's been awfully cold here and cloudy and gray. That's changing as tomorrow we'll finally see some more sunshine, and that allows temperatures to warm up more, but still cool, with highs mainly in the 50s here, but it does get even warmer as we round out the work week. I think we'll be near 70 degrees here coming up for Friday. So our weather in motion for tomorrow morning, again, we're going to see patchy areas right around freezing, 31, 32 degrees, but by the middle of the day, 12 o'clock, temperatures near 50. Still dealing with a light north wind, not as strong as it was for today, but around 5 to 15 miles per hour into the afternoon. Here we go, warming up into the 50s. That's still about 10 degrees below normal, but we are going to see much better weather on the way. In fact, let's talk about that here with our 7-day forecast. And we're looking at that near 70-degree high for Friday. It will be breezy, but nice. And then that will also bring in a chance for some showers and thunderstorms late Friday night into Saturday morning. Windy weather thereafter most of Saturday with a high of 61 degrees. Expect northwest winds of 15 to 35 miles an hour, but great weather for Mother's Day Sunday. A lot of sunshine. Doesn't look too windy right now with a high near 70 and mid-70s for Monday. No big moisture makers are on the way. Some places really do need the moisture. Other places could use a break, but overall, Anna, not much on the way, but at least the warmer weather is on the way.
Sounds good to me, Kevin. Well, time is of the essence during a medical emergency, and this new technology might save doctors time. Today, we're wearing white in support of Lung Cancer Awareness Day as the Bismarck Cancer Center's Project Hope continues. Nearly 500 North Dakotans will develop lung cancer this year. Now, smoking is the #1 risk factor, but the longer you haven't been smoking, the lower your risk becomes. And if caught at an early age, it's often treatable and curable. An annual screening is recommended for people ages 55 to 80. And Sanford Medical Center in Bismarck has added 2 new CT scanners and an MRI machine. The CT scanners have advanced dual-source technology allowing patients to be scanned faster, saving time in emergency situations that could help save lives.
It gives us a chance to be more specific with our diagnoses, but it also gives clinicians additional information where it lets them better manage the patient.
Walmart is raising the minimum age to buy tobacco products to 21 starting in July. Now, this comes after the FDA threatened to fine Walmart for illegally selling tobacco products to minors. It will also stop selling fruit or dessert flavored e-cigarette products in all Walmart and Sam's Club locations. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are also working to raise the national legal smoking age to 21. Well, a new life-saving drug for infants is about to hit the market, but it could have a hefty price tag. Drug maker Novartis is debuting a new treatment that, in just one dose, could potentially cure spinal muscular atrophy, a rare disease that destroys motor function and typically kills infants before they turn 2. Though a price has not been set yet, it's expected to cost upwards of $2 million.
If you have a medication that can treat that illness, and not just treat it, cure this illness, that's magical. That's amazing. We're making great progress. But then when you hear that it's going to be at such a high cost, at $2 million for a single treatment, that's scary, not only to patients, but also to insurers.
Novartis justifies the cost as it doesn't require lifelong treatments. The FDA has yet to approve the drug. Up next, these employees are on the fast track to giving back. Doosan Bobcat employees spent another day in community service. One group went to Fast Track's BMX Club in Bismarck, a nonprofit that's associated with Parks and Rec, to help add shade sails for spectators and put in start and finish line headers. Volunteer Scott Lecoe says several employees have children who participate in Fast Tracks, so it was a good fit. The other group of volunteers went to clean up at Harmon Lake in Mandan. It was a decent day to be outdoors, but a little drizzly.
Well, thunder and lightning with snow in Duluth. 4 inches of snow on the ground. That's 2 inches from a half a foot.
Oof,
Thunder
no
and lightning. In May, it's crazy all over, but for us, conditions are improving. Cool, though, tonight, 40s, but 50s and 60s for tomorrow. Sunshine with the warming trend on the way.
Sunshine and warming trend. I like the sound of that.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks so much. Have a good